Systems. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to get your crews set up in ServiceAutoPilot so you can see them all laid out on a map, just like you see here. Right now, I'm under the dispatch board, which is scheduling dispatch job. There's also the new dispatch board, but I'm looking at the old dispatch board here. And what you do in order to view your properties on the map is once you have them dispatched, which I'm going to go through in a second, you have to make sure they're all checked off. See if they're not checked off, they don't show on the map. So make sure all these are checked off, ones you want to see. And then you're going to click, this would normally say hide map. Right now it says that, but you're going to click that. It's going to show map. It's going to show everything on the map. Once they're on the map, the information you get here is obviously the geological location of your properties. You can also see the color codes here for the days of the week that they're done. So everything here that's yellow in color is done on Wednesday, as you can see here. I'm looking on my dates is Monday through Friday. So you can see these little key here that shows you each day of the week that these properties are being serviced. And under this more menu, there is a tab here that says show key. So if you're not seeing this up here, that's what you need to select. So in addition to the color coded days, you can see at a glance, Wednesday is yellow. There's also these little icons on here. If we zoom in, you can see these say B on them, these say M, etc., and that tells you the crew that's servicing them. So if they're yellow, you can see it's blue crew on Wednesday. So that's how you read this map. So to set this up, you need to do a few things. The first thing you need to do is get your employees set up in the system. So that's going to be under Team Employees. I can see the list of employees here, and when you click on each individual employee, you need to make sure that they're set up in the system here. Under this edit, you can enter all the information, and mainly these user settings need to be set up. They need to be added as a user if you want to be able to dispatch to them. And without getting into too much crazy detail on the screen here, only the foremen really need, anyone you want to be able to use the mobile app needs to be set up as a user. The employees working underneath them do not need to be set up as a user. So the user logins that you actually have to pay for on a monthly basis in your ServiceAutoPilot subscription, they're the ones that can use the app. So whoever you want to use the app needs to be set up as a user. So moving forward here, we also need to set up the team. So once you have the employees set up, you can set up the team. So we go to team, and then we click on teams, and then you can see the blue team here. You can name them whatever you want. You click add team, and you name it whatever you want. Team code. This letter here, map code, where it says B, this is where you're seeing the B on the dispatch board. Whatever you want to associate with that. So we did B for blue. Makes sense, right? You're also going to set up the starting address. This is basically wherever they're dispatched from. So that way when the system routes these jobs, it knows what address to use where you're starting from, which is important. And the second step is team assignments. This is where you're going to select the people who are working on this crew. This is kind of like the permanent team assignments per se. Like it's not permanent because you can come here and change it. But if you want to hot switch crews, that can be done straight from the dispatch board under assign teams. This tab's in my way. There is a button for assign teams. The problem here is this key is going over my menu. So if I had the map here, I'll go more assign teams. This is kind of like the hot switch. So you can drag and drop people to change the crews around, and that will switch it just on that particular day. But these are kind of like I guess instead of permanent, this is kind of like the default crew settings is a way to put it. So you don't have to do this, but if your crews generally stay the same, it makes things a little bit easier because you don't have to change it every day. So you can see here all the map codes. These are the letters that are on the crews, and then this is the name of the crews. The reason we do them by color is because I got this tip from another company, but when you're assigning tools to that crew, we just simply spray paint the crew that color. So maroon, green spray paint. So we know anything that's in that color is assigned to that crew. Makes it real simple rather than using numbers like crew 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's easy just to color code them for us. We like that solution. So we have the crew assignments here. This is going to be this is going to determine what color they assign on the dispatch board. So the last step is you got your team and crew set up, but you need jobs to assign to them. So when you schedule any jobs, these are our mowing jobs you're looking at on the dispatch board here. You do add a recurring job. You set a schedule, and I'm not going to dig into details on each step of these, but under your settings, there's a master schedules, and that's where you set up these schedules. So for example, if this lawn's going to be done weekly on Monday, we can select weekly Monday, And here we can select weekly mowing, for example. That's the service name. So this is a schedule up here, and this is the service. Initial start date, this is the date the first time it's mowed, and then start recurring is generally the same date because you want it to start following this recurring schedule on this date, right? So the first one's gonna be this day, it starts recurring on the same date. I don't know when you would really want those separate. Initial start and start recurring. Maybe you're gonna cut it like if you want it, I guess the time you'd use this is if it's on a Monday schedule, but you want it cut today on a Tuesday, you would do initial start as Tuesday. It's going to start recurring. It's going to do the same thing if you start recurring here, because the next day it's going to recur as Monday. Anyway, just put those as the same date, long story short. So assign to, this is where you're going to select your team you created. So in that example, I had a blue team here, blue. So it's going to be assigned to blue crew, and it's going to recur on that schedule. So long story short, that is how you get these routes set up on the map and how you can visualize that and get the crew and the day that's assigned there. So anyway, feel free to check out our other videos for more in-depth details on how to set these items up, and please let us know if there's any other content you'd like us to create. Thanks for watching.